There is new controversy this afternoon for Tiffany Henyard.
Dane Placco has the fiery details on the public township meeting that was abruptly shut down last night. Dane?
Yeah, politicians don't always like to hear from the public, let's be honest, but under the law, you do have a right to speak at part of any public meeting, which is why what happened last night in Thornton Township has some residents there outraged.
You know, Tiffany Teflon Tahoe, the city girl mayor, she's been working hard to destroy the citizens of Dalton and spend up all the money she can since elected mayor. But she's using the same tactics in Thornton, where she's a supervisor, that she's using as mayor in Dalton. Not only did she manage to bring the village of Dalton into a $7 million deficit at this point, possibly higher, because she's also blocking all financial records. But she is spending even more money using her position leading Thornton Township. More and more citizens of Thornton, they're finding out what's going on over there and they want to attend these meetings. But the city girl mayor, she's using the same tactics that she's been using over in Dalton to lock out the taxpayers of Thornton Township. We're going to get into all of that, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
When I arrived, there was security here. He was standing at the bottom of the stairs, preventing anybody from going up to the boardroom. I asked him if the meeting was downstairs. He replied yes.
Stephanie Wiedemann was among a handful of Thornton Township residents who came to last night's board meeting to speak their mind to controversial supervisor Tiffany Henyard during the public comment section of that board meeting, which is required by law. But they never got that chance. They say they were blocked from going to the boardroom and sent to the basement instead, where they were told the meeting would be held. It wasn't. Before they knew what had happened, the meeting upstairs in the boardroom was over in a matter of 4 minutes, and Henyard was gone.
Look at the con game that this con woman and the convicts around her are playing with the people, with the taxpayers. Imagine paying your taxes, you don't like what's going on. You try to attend a meeting to voice your concerns, but when you get there, they're playing games with you, lying about where the meeting is going to be. Oh, it's not going to be up here. Go downstairs. We'll be down there. You get down there, no one's there. But other citizens they lied to. Just to go back upstairs to find out that they lied to you guys. They rushed and had a meeting in 4 minutes and ran out the building to avoid all of you. When I say that's got to be very frustrating, people taking time out of their day, you don't know if they had to go to work, you don't know if they had to be home with their children, you don't know what's going on, but they take out their time to come to your meeting, your scheduled meeting, and you play games with them like this in their faces. These are taxpayers, by the way. None of them will have any of the money they're up there stealing if they didn't get the money from the taxpayers first.
They say they were hoodwinked and their right to speak violated because Henyard didn't want to hear what they had to say.
We thought that they were purposely keeping the public away so that if they did invite us up, time for public comment had already passed.
They are violating our rights. I pay taxes here. I have a right to get up and speak whether this administration likes it or not.
Now, they are going to file a complaint with the Illinois Attorney General's office under the Open Meetings Act. We reached out to Henyard late this afternoon, have still not heard back. And also shut out of that meeting last night, a local reporter who was just there to hear what the board had to say.
So not only do you have Tiffany Teflon Tahoe disrespecting and ignoring the taxpayers, but they're also shutting out the press. Let's get into this other report.
What happened when you tried to go upstairs to the board meeting?
The security guard won't let me up. He just stands at the bottom of the stairs like this.
Politicians don't always like to hear from the public, but some South Suburban residents say controversial supervisor and mayor Tiffany Henyard has gone too far.
Yeah, they say she took extraordinary, potentially illegal measures to prevent them from speaking at a public meeting. Dane Placco has more.
The sign outside its headquarters says, "Welcome to Thornton Township, people working with people." But when residents showed up last night to speak at a public board meeting, they got anything but a warm welcome.
When I arrived, there was security here. He was standing at the bottom of the stairs, preventing anybody from going up to the boardroom. I asked him if the meeting was downstairs. He replied yes.
Stephanie Wiedemann and a handful of other residents wanted to speak directly to Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, also the mayor of Dalton, who's generated controversy for spending hundreds of thousands of tax dollars on trips, police security, billboards, and her own personal charity.
I'm just curious to see who makes the decisions about how our tax dollars are being spent.
But they never got that chance. After being blocked from going to the boardroom upstairs, they were sent to the basement where they were told the township board meeting would be held. It wasn't. They asked for a sign-up sheet for public comment, never got it. And before they knew what had happened, the 4-minute meeting upstairs was over, and Henyard was gone, without hearing from her constituents.
They are violating our rights. I pay taxes here. I have a right to get up and speak whether this administration likes it or not.
And not only were the residents shut out, so was a local newspaper reporter who came here to cover the meeting.
I was told by a security guard that I was not allowed upstairs where the boardroom meeting is.
Josh Bootsma of the Lansing Journal says residents deserve to know how elected officials are spending their money.
Thornton Township is the largest township in Illinois. And so there are a lot of people that are affected by the decisions, the financial decisions that this township makes.
Even Thornton Township trustee Chris Gonzalez, a frequent Henyard critic, was ordered out of the boardroom until the meeting began. Do you think any laws were broken last night by the way they handled the public?
Well, definitely. I mean, if somebody wants to speak, it's a public meeting, it's a public building, they should be able to come in.
The residents say they'll file a complaint with the Illinois Attorney General's office for violating the Open Meetings Act. Our attempts to contact Henyard also went nowhere. In South Holland, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
It's very simple to me. Lock this woman up and everyone around her aiding her. She's got the security guards locking the taxpayers out. I'm telling you, these are some horrible people. Locking out the media, even keeping a trustee who's not going along with her out of the boardroom until the meeting started. Then she's got all these eyeballs on her. You would think that she would straighten up, but nah, she's doing exactly what a city girl would do. When they're already in deep water and they have a bunch of attention, they turn up more. It's like they enjoy acting bad for the cameras. And that's why I call her the city girl mayor. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Brady O. I appreciate you, Brady, for all of your support, as well as Glamping Diva Jules and Randy. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.
I understand why we can't help each other, why we can't put our heads together and help one another, why we can't band together at this time, at this moment. This is going to be Black History Month, right? Y'all all say Martin Luther King had a dream, but guess what? I am the dream. So now I need you guys to stand with me